Hey guys, so I had a couple people asking me, the type of equipment that we use. So um, I wanted to take the opportunity to just kind of give you a demonstration of our equipment. We use a blue Barron Compact 45, and it is a very powerful piece of equipment. You can see the temperature gauge. When you need heat, it'll go up to 250 degrees, and that's the water pressure. You can adjust your water pressure up to 3000 psi. And our vacuum gauge, our vacuum has a 15-inch lift, which if you're not familiar with lifts, it's a very powerful lift. People always ask us, how long is it going to take before my carpet's dry? Or and with this machine, it's practically dry before we leave. I tell people, it's best to over guesstimate. I usually tell them an hour and a half, but typically we're dry within 45 minutes to an hour after we get done cleaning. So this is the Compact 45. For those of you that may have just purchased a Compact 45, I'm going to do a demonstration on how you work the machine. When I first got it, this was a newer machine to us, so it takes a little bit of learning and understanding how everything works. This is the trick of everything. This is your bypass, so that you don't overheat your tank. If you have this barely cracked open, then if for some reason your temperature gets too hot, it will send the hot water to your waste tank back there to keep it from overheating. But the trick is with this machine is using the hot water on a continuous basis. While you're cleaning, you don't want to spend too much time not circulating the water, because it'll dump all of your hot water and you'll start over again. So it'll take you a little while to build your pressure back up in your heat. But if you're using your if you're using your hot water that it's making, then you shouldn't have a problem. So I'm going to crank this guy up. Already have my water line hooked up, and my water box is already filled. So I'm going to choke it. So right now we're just in idle. Scoot back a little bit so that you can actually hear me. This is a new van. We haven't had it wrapped yet, but it's going to be wrapped soon. Just to kind of introduce you to some of our equipment that you use if you are a customer of ours. You'll see me use this a lot, especially on carpets, rugs, sometimes even tile, grout. Depends on how difficult the grout is to clean. This is called a CRB, a counter-rotating brush. The brush is actually rolled in toward each other, so you're cleaning the carpet from the padding all the way up to the top of the fibers. It does an excellent job, and most people even tell me, before I even start cleaning, I'm just using my free spray, which that's my free spray machine there. I fill it up with a chemical, and I hook it up to our solution line. This is our solution line here, and it heats up the water. So I spray that on the carpet or tile, whatever I'm cleaning at the time, and then after it saturates them for about 5 minutes, I go over with the CRB, and then most people say it looks great, but I haven't even started cleaning yet. The CRB will actually start the chemical reaction. It'll help the soils and the greases and air and everything release itself from the carpet fiber, and that's when we go back over and we extract it. The other things that we have, like I said, this is our free spray machine. Then we SX15. The SX15 is for hard surfaces like your tile, your grout, natural stone, things like that. You can even use it on laminate. You just have to cut your pressure back. Of course, you're not going to use that on hardwood, but we do have other equipment that we use for hardwood and engineered hardwood floors. It's called a Dirt Dragon, and it's built for hardwood floors. But the SX15 has two nozzles underneath that rotate, and they spray about 1,000 psi. After we've pre-treated the tile and the grout, and all of that oil is releasing from your grout lines, that's when we come back over it with the SX15. It sprays at 1,000 psi, or whatever psi I set it to, and then it also has this vacuum line, suction line, so as you're spraying, it sucks it right back up and sends it down the hose and back to your waste tank on your truck. The SX7 is exactly the same thing as the 15, but you can tell the size is a lot smaller. It's a 7-inch, so you can get in those hard to reach places around toilets and places like that. The only difference is this one has an 1.5-inch hose connection, and that one has a 2-inch, so you just have to kind of put in your adjustments on there. Not a big deal really. So the machine has had time to start warming up. I'm going to crank my bypass just a little bit. I'm going to give it a little bit of throttle. You can see there at their RPMs. This is our carpet cleaning tool. This is our wand. Temperature up. Show you it's already starting to heat up. It doesn't take a long time. Like I said, I don't have the vacuum hose hooked up. I showed you, I put my hand on there to show you how much lift it has. Give it a few seconds. It's already starting to heat up. Okay guys, so I'm giving it a few minutes. This is based off of ambient temperatures, so we're going to go over. It looks like we're about 3,100 RPM now. Looks like we're at about 200 degrees. Okay guys, so that's I'm just doing a demonstration on the the heat and the machine. I wanted to swap it over to the 15 so you can kind of see how this machine works. And I said there was two ones on the bottom. Looks kind of like a pressure washer, and that's what most people tell us. And I'm just outside getting everything cleaned up for tomorrow's jobs. We're going to do a demonstration on this one too. Let you see how this works. Okay guys, so we're going to cool down the engine so the temperature won't be dropped down. I just lubricated the blowers, keep everything running smooth. This is a, switch them out, but this is really handy. This is I call it a convenient code. Instead of having to ask your customer for hot water, you can actually kick this valve out. You got hot water at the tap. You turn it off and then you're ready to use your solution line. So the temperature is down. We can safely cut it off. And then one thing I was going to show you is we do carry 200 foot of 2-inch and 25 feet, I believe, of 1.5. And then of course our solution line is 200 feet. And this is our waste tank where we everything that we pick up goes through our filter box first. So our vacuum line hooks up to here, goes through a filter. And why this is important is because if we accidentally pick up change, or maybe you left a ring on the floor and said, oh my gosh, I forgot I left my wedding ring or my engagement ring on the floor, it's going to come through here and it's going to get caught before it goes into this big tank. So it goes through here, filters through, and then it ends up in our waste tank. And then we have a 55-gallon drum of water that I have rigged up with a pump that you can I can connect to our machine just in case we go to some place that doesn't have their water hooked up yet, and it works fine. So that's about all there is to show for today. I hope I've answered some questions for some people. For the Blue Barron owners, if you are new to the Blue Barron Compact 45, you can give me a shout. And I got to get this stuff cleaned up and put away for tomorrow. But you can give me a shout, 601-337-2946. Just say I bought a Compact 45 and I have some questions. Send me a text and I'll be happy to help you out. It takes a little bit of, it's a learning curve. It takes a little bit of time to get used to Compact 45. But once you do, it's a really good machine and it does perform well. So till next time, we'll see you guys. In the meantime, if you do have any carpet or tile or hardwood or anything like that you want us to take care of, just let us know. 601-337-2946, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks. Bye-bye.